This story is from the time of Gautam Buddha. In those days, special rituals were performed after death to ensure the soul's entry into heaven. One such rituals involved placing small stones in an earthen pot, performing prayers and offerings, then striking the pot with a metal object. If the pot broke and the stones fell out, it was believed to signify that the soul had been freed from its sins and had reached heaven. Since the pot was made of clay, it would always break during the process, ensuring that the soul attained heaven. One day, after his father's death, a young man thought of seeking Buddha's guidance for the purification of his father's soul. He believed Buddha would surely know a more certain and effective way to send his father's soul to heaven. With this in mind, he approached Buddha. "Sir, my father has passed away. If a great man like you performs any rites or rituals for my father, he will gain not only entry but a permanent residence in heaven. Please, sir, do something for my father." The man was so unbalanced, so emotional. Buddha knew that any kind of rational argument would have no effect at this stage, but he had his own way of explaining things. Buddha said to the man, "Go to the market and buy 2 earthen pots, one filled with stones and other with clarified butter. Take both pots to a river and immerse them just enough so that only their top portions are visible. Then chant the mantras the priests have taught you loudly, and in the end, strike the pots from below with a metal hammer. After completing this, come back and tell me what you observe." The young man was delighted, thinking that by following Buddha's instructions, all his father's sins would be washed away, ensuring his place in heaven. The next day, he did exactly as Buddha had advised and then returned to Buddha. Buddha asked, "Tell me, my son, what did you see?" The young man replied, "As per your instructions, I submerged both pots in the river and struck them. When I hit the pot with stones, it broke and the stones sank to the bottom. Then when I hit the pot filled with butter, it also broke and the butter floated away with the river's current." Buddha smiled and said, "Now go and ask the priest to perform a ritual that will make the stones float on water and the butter sink to the riverbed." The young man puzzled and said, "What are you saying? No matter how many rituals they perform, stones can never float and butter can never sink." Buddha responded, "Young man, you know so much about the law of nature, and yet you don't want to understand the law that is applicable to one and all. Your father's good deeds in life will elevate him toward heaven, while his bad deeds will pull him toward hell. No rituals or ceremonies can change the consequences of his actions. What can I do about it? What can you do about it? You look very tired. Go home and sleep." The young man finally understood the truth that the only way to ensure a place in heaven after death is to perform good deeds while alive. Our difficulty is that we think that some invisible power will somehow favor us, even though we do nothing to change our own behavior pattern, our own actions. We have to remember that true salvation comes from one's own actions. So don't devalue or hurt anyone in life. You may be powerful today, but remember, time is more powerful than you. So be good and do good.